NBC News, Houston.
And that's nightly news for this Tuesday. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'm Lester Holt. Please take care of yourself and each other. Good night.
Watch NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt or listen wherever you get.
The California storms have come and gone, and we kept you safe and informed. Ksee 24, your local authority on everything weather. The most accurate weather coverage for whatever comes next. Trust Ksee 24, your local weather authority. Fresno Lexus proudly supports tonight's first segment of local news that matters. Fresno Lexus. Lexus, the relentless pursuit of perfection. Ksee 24 News begins with your forecast first from your local weather authority.
I'm Chief Meteorologist A.J. Fox. Our flood advisories remain in effect along the San Joaquin and Kings Rivers. Looking outside at our valley cam at Pickett Solar in Fowler, you can see the skies have been very clear today. Our temperatures got a bit warmer as a result. Still little activity over the mountain areas, very little. It's very scattered, just a few clouds and an isolated sprinkle, really. The winds are now at 17 miles per hour out of the north in Fresno, but close to, if not below, 15 miles per hour for the rest of the valley, so less wind. And our temperatures got a little bit warmer as a result. We got into the 60s in Fresno. We're at 58 right now, 58 also in Hanford, 59 in Visalia, and we're going to continue the warming trend right on in through Easter weekend. I'll have your complete forecast coming up. Ksee 24 News at 6 starts right now.
Local news that matters. This is Ksee 24 News at 6.
If someone breaks the law, whether they're a president, a former president, or an ordinary citizen, they should be held accountable.
For the first time in U.S. history, a former president fingerprinted, booked, and now facing 34 felony charges that does carry a sentence of more than 130 years combined. Donald Trump telling the judge 2 words in his arraignment today: not guilty. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Alexander Balakian.
And I'm Stephanie Barugian. It is the first in U.S. history, a former president indicted and arraigned. Today, former President Donald Trump had his day in court, pleading not guilty to felony charges tied to alleged hush money payments from more than 6 years ago.
And here in California, the political heavyweights not pulling any punches over what we saw today. Our Eitan Wallace with more from the state capitol.
Well, keep in mind the former president's day in court took place thousands of miles from California, but here in the Golden State, it certainly did not go unnoticed. Former President Donald J. Trump waving to the cameras in New York just before entering and surrendering at the Manhattan Criminal Courthouse. There, he was officially fingerprinted and was read the charges against him, specifically 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in the first degree. The former president pleading not guilty to all of the charges stemming from alleged hush money payments he was accused of making to adult film star Stormy Daniels more than 6 years ago over an affair she says they had, but he denies.
Well, I think it's an affirmation of the principle that no one's above the law.
Burbank Congressman Adam Schiff led the prosecution of former President Trump during his first impeachment trial starting in 2019. Schiff is now running for the U.S. Senate seat long held by outgoing Senator Dianne Feinstein. His view on the Trump case?
If someone breaks the law, whether they're a president, a former president, or an ordinary citizen, they should be held accountable. Even though it will certainly cause consternation among some in the country, the bigger danger would be, frankly, establishing a precedent that if you're powerful enough, you can escape justice indefinitely.
Schiff's Democratic opponents, Congressmembers Barbara Lee of Oakland and Katie Porter of Irvine, share a similar sentiment. In a statement, Porter tweeted, "No one is above the law," while Lee took it a step further, writing, "No one is above the law. Now do the rest of his crimes." During a one-on-one interview, Lee elaborated on that, saying she hopes other investigations into Trump move forward.
Come on. You know, we've got to hold him accountable, and let's make sure that all of these investigations move forward, because once again, no one is above the law, including Donald Trump.
But California Republican Party Chair Jessica Milan Patterson took a different approach, writing, quote, "This is a reckless display of political vengeance by a radical district attorney who should instead spend his time tackling the surging crime permeating New York City today." And important to mention, this is all taking place as the nation gears up for election 2024. As for California's primary, it's set for less than a year from now, March 5th of next year. Reporting at the state capitol, Eitan Wallace, Ksee 24, local news that matters.
And to talk a little bit more about what we saw today, we want to welcome in political science professor Dr. Thomas Holyoke from Fresno State. Appreciate your time tonight on what we saw today. And, you know, I read some of the reports today, and I don't want to compare this, but you hear the reports that the world stopped when we saw OJ and the Bronco going down the Southern California freeway. Did the world stop today in New York as we saw the motorcade in New York go to the DA's office?
Actually, yeah, probably so. I mean, this was a big deal for an awful lot of people. Trump is essentially a world figure. I mean, any American president, ex-president is. And this is the first time that an American ex-president has been indicted. So I think an awful lot of people around the world were probably watching this.
In Trump's speech in Florida, he brought up many of the talking points from the previous campaigns: Hunter Biden's laptop, Hillary Clinton's emails, charges of voter fraud and such. Will these charges that he's now facing just ultimately be another talking point for him as his campaign moves forward?
Well, at the moment, it's sure looking that way. I mean, he's bringing this up in the context of it being a political witch hunt. A DA who doesn't like him. He says there's a judge who doesn't like him, and a lot of the people who constitute his base are really going to believe that, and they're going to support him. He's already fundraising off of it.
You know, when you really look at what we saw today, even the former president and his True Social saying it was a surreal moment even for him. In your eyes, did he look deflated? Did he look like beaten down a little bit? Because this is a man with extreme confidence.
I was actually a little surprised about how he looked in the courtroom. He did look a little deflated, like he was a little embarrassed to be there. This was demeaning. I mean, he looked strong when he came out of court, but when he was in court, he did look a little strange. And I heard his lawyers did not want cameras in there, but the judge ruled otherwise.
What potentially could House Republicans do to stop this case from going forward? There's talk of an investigation. What will we likely see?
I cannot think of really anything that the House of Representatives can directly do. They have no jurisdiction over the Manhattan DA or the legal systems in the state of New York. What they can potentially try to do is to, hold committee hearings, trying to bring out alternative perspectives and basically try to promote an alternative narrative, presumably Trump's narrative. But there's nothing they can directly do that I can think of.
All right, Dr. Holyoke from Fresno State, appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, meantime, President Biden declaring a major disaster for multiple California counties facing extreme flooding. And that opens up really what the rebuild of funding for many communities. And some of those counties named in this declaration include Tulare, Mariposa, and Kern counties, but not Kings County. The disaster declaration makes federal funding available for things like housing assistance, damage assistance, food, counseling, medical, and legal services. It also includes funds to help the state and local governments with ongoing emergencies, recovery costs, and hazard mitigation. One county, again, not included in that is Kings County, where the rapid reappearing Tulare Lake is impacting residents near Corcoran.
We are moving into the next step of getting that assessment from FEMA and Cal OES to actually go on grounds and be here in Kings County and look at bridges that have been damaged, roads that have been damaged, to see if we meet that threshold in order to be in that disaster.
Now, if you do live in one of these counties that is being impacted, you can visit disasterrelief.gov to start applying for aid.
A Fresno man is out almost $15,000 tonight after he purchased a car from an accredited business, and it was later reported as stolen.
Our Esteban Reynoso joining us live now. And Esteban, the business is still standing, even though the man who sold the car was arrested.
Alexon and Stephanie, the man who forked over almost that $15,000, he no longer has the car in his possession. It has since been seized by investigators. As for the shop that's still right behind me and is still open at the moment, investigators are waiting for the DMV to come in and shut it down, and they're asking for any potential victims to step forward.
I've always heard of be wary of, the car salesman, but
not for this reason.
A Fresno man who did not want to be identified saved up for over a year to get enough money for a down payment for this, a 2022 Toyota 4Runner, the exact color and model he wanted.
I was being a little picky because it's my first new car.
He was referred by a friend to Artenis Automotive, a small accredited dealership with a valid business license belonging to Christopher Asher. And not wanting to let his dream car pass him by, he put $12,000 for a down payment on the car and signed with the finance company the salesman Asher recommended and paid an additional $2,500.
I guess shock would be the best way of putting it.
Shocked that the car he had thought was his for 6 months was reported stolen. And Asher was arrested Thursday morning on auto theft and forgery charges.
He used somebody that he knows. He used their clean record to get the clean license.
The car belonged to someone in Huntington Beach. They reported the car stolen after an alleged check from Asher for $58,000 bounced.
Didn't see any red flags. They had a A+ on the Better Business Bureau.
We checked and there is an A+ business profile on Artenis Automotive. Now officials want you to be aware.
That business is still there, and we wouldn't put it past Mr. Asher to go back and try and keep conducting business despite having all of this in the news and him being arrested.
Asher has since posted bond and is out and about. He has a court date that is set in May. Now, investigators of the HEAT department, that stands for Help Eliminating Auto Theft. That's the way HEAT stands for. They're asking for any victims to be able to step forward. We will have a number for them on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. Live in Fresno County, Esteban Reynoso, KC24 Local News that Matters.
Thank you, Esteban. And still to come on KC24 News at 6, this new product might be a solution to egg prices worldwide.
How the new invention compares to other egg alternatives already on the market.
They are very proud of him and know that he is the most caring person around.
And coming up on KC24 News at 6:30, a Valley middle schooler is leaving his mark ahead of his transition to high school in the fall. What his teachers and his friends have to say about his character.
Your weather headlines for tonight: abundant sunshine for tomorrow and less wind. That'll mean warmer temperatures, and we're going to continue that trend. In fact, we're going to be returning to the 80s, it looks like, probably this weekend, if not Monday at the very latest. Your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. That'll be in the medium or high range through Saturday. Oak, juniper, and poplar, the predominant pollens. I'll have your complete forecast as KC24 News continues.
This is KC24 News at 6 with Stephanie Barugian, Alexon Balakian, and the certified most accurate forecast with AMS certified Chief Meteorologist A.J. Fox. Your local weather authority, KC24, local news that matters. Know an inspiring educator? Go to yourcentralvalley.com and tell us. Each week, KC24 News honors one exceptional local educator. They win supplies for their classroom from GW School Supply and are added to the Teacher's Honor Wall at Fresno State. We applaud, we honor, we celebrate. Educator of the Week, Wednesdays on KC24. Brought to you by Educational Employees Credit Union, Fresno County Superintendent of Schools, and Tulare County Office of Education.
Are you tired of washing dishes? Well, flip the way you clean them with Dawn Platinum Easy Squeeze. It's an upside-down bottle with no cap. You just grab and squeeze. Dawn Platinum's more powerful formula breaks down and removes grease 4 times faster. Huh, nice. No flip, no mess. Platinum is also a go-to grease cleaner for your sink, your countertops, and to pre-treat stains on laundry. Fast, easy. Dawn Platinum Easy Squeeze. Flip the way you clean dishes.
If you're planning on going solar for your ag operation, recent changes by the CPUC will have a dramatic effect on your ROI timeframe. The recent vote on NIM 3 will soon devalue credits sent to the grid by 70%. But you can be grandfathered into NIM 2's savings if you act soon. Contact Pickett Solar now to beat the April deadline for having your new system underway. The utilities are trying to take your savings. Call Pickett Solar now to beat them at their game.
Now yourcentralvalley.com, pros who know.
Messy garage? Get organized with custom cabinets, shelving, and countertops to make life a little less stressful. Call now for a free design consultation.
For more expert advice, go to yourcentralvalley.com/pros who know.
KC24 News is always available at the new yourcentralvalley.com. certified chief meteorologist, AJ Fox, with your local weather authority forecast.
Well, our temperature today, it got to 60 degrees. We told you it would, and we ended up with a high of 60, even though that is still way below average for the afternoon. Our morning low was also way below average, 38 for a morning low. But we're going to start making progress with those low and high temperatures. We'll get to that. We still have our flood warning around Merced River at Stevenson, as well as the flood advisory for the San Joaquin River, as well as the Kings River. And those basically are going to be until further notice because of all the additional runoff that's coming our way. Valley Cam, powered by Eagle Mountain Casino. This is the time-lapse photography from the camera on top of our building, and you can see a few clouds here and there. They just kind of pop up and then disappear just as quickly, those little fair weather clouds, as I call them. So that's what allowed us to get so much warmer. We did have a bit of a breeze, and that breeze prevented us from getting as warm as we could have. But tomorrow, guess what? We won't have as much of a wind. Looking at the Tulare outlets also, we can ID the little bit of a breeze because the flags are up and you can see that. But otherwise, look at all that clear blue sky out there. Breeze at 17 miles per hour right now in Fresno, and that's the strongest in the valley right now. And generally speaking, we're going to see the wind continue to diminish tonight and into tomorrow. 58 is where we are now in Fresno. Same in Merced, Lemoore, Hanford, 59, and Visalia. Porterville's currently at 57 degrees. The live radar showing our skies are pretty clear. A little bit of activity, very isolated spots here and there with some clouds that are showing up and maybe an isolated sprinkle or two for the mountain areas, and that's it. Satellite picture does show a couple of clouds over on the western side of the valley towards the mountains as well. But otherwise, all that sunshine, that'll translate to a lot more sunshine tomorrow, too. Futurecast has a little activity coming into the northern part of the state, and late in the afternoon we may start to see a little increase in clouds coming our way, but for the most part tomorrow, a lot like today, a lot of sunshine and just the occasional cloud here and there. Maybe a little development over the mountain areas, and that's it. Still chilly overnight. Look at that, 34 in Pixley and Porterville, as well as Visalia, 34 in Lemoore, 35 for Hanford, 36 and 5 points in Mendota. Below freezing in Oakhurst and also Mariposa, 36 for Merced, 37 for Los Banos with a high temperature there of 64. Same in Merced. Yosemite 45 for a high, 65 in San Joaquin, Dunlap 56, 65 for Huron, same for Lemoore and Hanford, Visalia, Tulare 64, same in Porterville, and a 65 expected in Delano. Your solar forecast brought to you by Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating is going to be very high for Wednesday, but diminishing a little bit on Thursday and Friday because we are going to see a little increase in clouds, but even then, notice the energy savings is still better than 100%. That means we're generating more power than we're using. Meters should be running backwards. 39 will be our overnight low for tonight with clear skies. That's still below average. Northwest wind at 10 miles per hour. Then tomorrow, the warming trend continues. We barely got started today, but tomorrow you're going to feel the difference, a 5-degree jump and the less wind through the day, northwest wind only at 10 miles per hour. And over the next 7 days, we get into the 70s on Thursday and then Friday, and then on Saturday, still 70s, but climbing. Clearing skies again, warming temperatures, morning low temperatures also, not 30s, but 40s, then lower 50s, and they continue to climb as well. We're going to sort of level off on Sunday and Monday, Easter Sunday and the Monday that follows. We'll be at 80 degrees on both those days. Clearing skies on Monday, and then a little bit of a breeze, 15-mile-per-hour winds, it looks like, again on Tuesday, but that'll help bring our temperatures back down to the lower 70s, which is a lot closer to normal on Tuesday of next week. And your regional forecast is available on our website at yourcentralvalley.com, so please go check it out there. But boy, I think we might have an issue with warmer temperatures. That's still going to cause runoff and everything. That'll be a problem for a while. But I think pollen is going to be a big thing in the next couple of weeks if we have temperatures like this.
And people are already suffering.
Yeah, they are.
Allergies.
Yeah, it's really going to be blooming because all that water is available for all that plant growth.
Yeah.
Good to see you pulled a rabbit out of the hat for that nice temperature.
Oh, yeah, for Easter's going to be great.
Yeah. All right, AJ, thank you. All right, coming up next in sports, a day closer to the Masters.
Andrew Martin joining us now with that story. Andrew.
That's right, guys. The year's first major. Today we found out the tee times and the pairings for the first 2 rounds. So who's in Bryson DeChambeau's group? We'll talk about that next in Sports Central.
Tonight.
Welcome to Password. We're not playing
Ksee 24 asked you to nominate remarkable women in our community. We recognize the incredible accomplishments and extraordinary efforts of our 4 finalists.
I think everyone has the opportunity to be remarkable.
We congratulate our 2023 recipient, Adrienne Hellman, as she attends the national celebration in Los Angeles.
I'm absolutely elated that I won. It makes me actually more passionate about my work and makes me want to do more.
Thank you, Main Street Hanford and BD&J Injury Lawyers, and all of our remarkable women.
When mental health issues interfere with everyday life, Kauai Health can help. Our new Center for Mental Wellness has a group of professionals available to provide compassionate care and support. Visit us online to learn more.
Ksee 24 News is brought to you in part by Kaweah Health.
I see on Ksee stories of everyday people making a big difference. I see farmers and ranchers providing food for the nation. The work they do is so vitally important, and that inspires me to make sure they know what to prepare for, from their farm to our tables. We are all connected in the Central Valley. I see what matters. I see local stories making an impact, and I invite you to see it all here every day on Ksee 24 News.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
It just seems like every year I've never really had my game, my A game. And even though this year I don't feel like it's fully A game status, it's progressing that way, which I haven't had at any Masters.
In less than 48 hours, Bryson DeChambeau will tee off at Augusta National. He goes there as one of 18 live golfers in the field, but on Thursday, his only concern is shooting a lower score than the other two guys in his group. And we learned today who's in his group. Tee times were released for the first and second rounds of this year's Masters. Bryson DeChambeau is paired with Francesco Molinari and JT Poston. Molinari is a major champion. He won the Open Championship in 2018. Those three will tee off at 11:30 a.m. local time on Thursday. That's 8:30 in the morning our time. 1 hour and 12 minutes earlier, Tiger Woods tees off at the Masters. He's won this tournament 5 times. Scottie Scheffler won the Masters last year. He tees off a little more than an hour after DeChambeau's group. Back to Bryson DeChambeau, the ex-Clovis East standout. This will be his 7th appearance at the Masters. He's still looking for his first top 20 finish. His best finish at the Masters was actually when he was an amateur, 2016. He finished tied for 21st that year. Last year, he missed the cut. To basketball, UConn won the national championship last night, beating San Diego State out of the Mountain West. The Huskies finished the year as the #1 team in the final coaches poll. The Aztecs, #2. But what about the poll for next season? ESPN wasted no time in releasing its annual way too early poll for next season. It has UConn #1, Marquette #2, Duke #3, San Diego State 22nd, 4 spots behind Texas at 18. The Longhorns made it to the Elite 8 this season, and now, of course, Rodney Terry is no longer their interim head coach. He's their permanent head coach. Finally, speaking of basketball, in case you missed it yesterday, guess who is back in the transfer portal? Jared Hyder. Remember him? He played his freshman season for the Bulldogs before transferring to Cal in 2020. Well, now he plans to transfer from Cal. Hyder did not play for the Bears this past season. He had back surgery in December. The Bears were bad this year. They were 3-29. By the way, Jared Hyder averaged 9.1 points per game in his 1 season at Fresno State. And that's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
Day of history. Trump's indictment revealed. The porn star, the fixer, the Playboy model connection. Will the charges stick? Next, Inside Edition.
Inside Edition, tonight at 7 on Ksee 24.
Stanley Steamer is equipped and ready to get your home cleaner and healthier. We take the dirt out of your home and leave your carpet and upholstery cleaner and smelling fresher. Schedule your seasonal deep cleaning today.
Providers at South Valley Vascular are board-certified experts at diagnosing and treating vein and circulatory disorders. We offer the highest quality vascular and 5-star surgical care for our Valley communities. Visit your nearest South Valley Vascular location today.
Fixing garage doors is all I do here at Precision. It may look bad, but most garage doors can be repaired. Our main goal is to fix the garage door, not to tell you that you need a new garage door. Precision's here to help.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Should I get a business credit card?
I don't know. Where can I get capital to expand my business?
Holy smokes, I think I just saw a UFO.
Business owners have questions.
How often should I run payroll?
Egg roll, a deep-fried appetizer.
No, payroll.
Blowhole, a marine geyser.
Hey, roll.
I can answer your questions.
And with your local Valley Strong, you always have somewhere to turn. Valley Business is Valley Strong.
Get moving in the most fun-to-drive Honda vehicles yet. Like the Civic, the vehicle car and driver called more fun to drive than the competition. And the HR-V, with more style, a more sporty design, and more exhilarating performance. Get moving and find a Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today. Dad?
I was the lead singer.
Packing tape is like roadside assistance. Quality matters. So join AAA, America's most recommended roadside service.
We are Grocery Outlet and we are your Bargain Bliss Market. What's Bargain Bliss? You know that feeling you get when you find the name brands you know and love, but for way, way less? That's Bargain Bliss. It's Grocery Outlet's 20% off wine sale going on now till April 11th. We have hundreds of wines sure to pair with any gathering. So act now, because these deals won't last long. Stop in and save today.
Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
At Jacoby & Myers, we've been helping California accident victims for over 50 years. We've gotten clients 10, 20, even 100 times more than the insurance company's original offer. That's the difference experience makes. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
You love the hard floors in your home. At Stanley Steamer, we have a professional cleaning process for all the floors in your home. Brooms and mops just push the dirt around, but we remove the dirt and debris from your home completely. Call and schedule today.
The latest conditions live. The KC24 Valley Cam Network. This is KC24 News at 6.
As egg prices continue to rise, one Japanese company may have come up with a solution to that problem.
Not sure you want to see the solution, but we're going to show it to you anyway. They've created a plant-based alternative that customers can actually use daily. So here it is. Ingredients include carrots and white kidney beans to reproduce the rich and fluffy texture that eggs have. Now, frozen types of plant-based eggs have been available since last year, but this new Ever egg can be stored at room temperature for up to a year, meaning it's easier to access and use. No word yet about, well, how they taste.
Well, I can tell you how they look.
Yeah, yes, you can.
That was disgusting. All right, we do have much more coming up on KC24 News at 6:30.
Including a violent explosion rocking a Los Banos neighborhood this afternoon. The moments leading up to the accident is what it's being called that sent one person to the hospital.
And learning about success at the annual Central Valley Teen Conference. We'll hear from guest speaker Mayor Jerry Dyer.
Dad?
I was the lead singer.
Packing tape is like roadside assistance. Quality matters. So join AAA, America's most recommended roadside service.
Elizabeth Vargas Reports, my new show, will not be an opinion show. It is a straight news show. The ground we've staked, you can see very clearly on News Nation.
Elizabeth Vargas Reports, weeknights 6/5 Central on News Nation.
Why are we standing on top of these big trucks? To show you if one of these monsters hurts you, we're on top of the big truck companies. Call us. It's just that easy.
Call 1-877-DUNION. DUNNION.
1,000 positions hiring. Endless opportunity. Benefit from world-class training. A 6-figure starting salary. And make a positive difference in your community. Apply now. Scan the code or visit jointhechp1000.com.
See that? This is the new taste of value. Our all-day value menu is served fresh, hot, and delicious for as low as $5.99. So when you're craving a great deal without compromising flavor, at Denny's,
it's diner time.
Table Mountain Casino Resort has the best rewards program in the Valley. And now it just got even better. Bring in your rewards card from any casino in the Central Valley, and we will automatically upgrade you to an equal matching tier. And don't forget to join us every Saturday night in the Blue Oak Grill, where we have free live music. The sky's the limit at Table Mountain Casino Resort.
25 years ago, one extraordinary show danced its way into history. Riverdance. Now it's time for the next step. Experience the breathtaking phenomenon, Riverdance, the 25th anniversary show.
April 25th at the Soroyan Theater. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Our Fresno Ashland Health Center is now open and accepting new patients. This newly renovated health center, located at 2848 West Ashland Avenue, is ready to serve you. We welcome you to make a medical or dental appointment today. Give your family the high-quality health care they deserve. Call us today at 1-800-492-4227. 1-800-492-4227. United Health Centers. Wellness for a lifetime.
Your life is important. Your family and your community count on you every day. But when you are hurt on the job, all of that can be taken from you. That's why you need Barry Smith and Bartell. Our attorneys understand how devastating a workplace injury can be and are dedicated to helping you secure the benefits you deserve. Call today and let us get you back to what's most important, your life. Barry Smith and Bartell, bringing justice to injured workers.
A garden hose is like roadside assistance. Quality matters. So join AAA, America's most recommended roadside service.
Belmont Nursery proudly sponsors tonight's first segment of local news that matters at 6:30. Belmont Nursery, your go-to place for plants for 80 years.
KC24 News begins with your forecast first from your local weather authority.
I'm Chief Meteorologist A.J. Fox. A nice clear view from our valley cam at Meadow Lakes, about 4,000-foot elevation, but you can definitely see the skies are clear as the sun's going down over the horizon. Live radar showing the same thing, pretty clear skies, a few little dots here and there for the mountain areas, but a lot less than yesterday. Same with the wind, less than yesterday, although it's 17 miles per hour right now in Fresno, less than 15 for the rest of the valley and going to continue to diminish tonight and tomorrow. 58 degrees in Fresno, Hanford, Lemoore, also Merced, 59 right now in Visalia, and we are going to continue the warming trend, not only for the rest of the week, but into Easter weekend. I'll have your complete forecast coming up. KC24 News at 6:30 starts right now.
Local news that matters. This is KC24 News at 6:30.
These are felony crimes in New York State, no matter who you are.
Not guilty. Those are the two words former President Donald Trump told the judge after the New York City DA unsealed the indictment revealing 34 charges. Good evening. I'm Stephanie Barugian. Thank you for joining us.
And I'm Alexander Balakian. Former President Donald Trump pleading not guilty today to 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in a New York courthouse this morning. Those charges stem from alleged hush money payments to an adult film star just before the 2016 election. Trump also accused the Manhattan DA, Alvin Bragg, of what he calls political persecution. Still, Bragg stands by his investigation.
As this office has done time and time again, we today uphold our solemn responsibility to ensure that everyone stands equal before the law. No amount of money and no amount of power changes that enduring American principle.
And the former president due back in court on this particular case in December, but his attorneys have requested that he be excused from attending in person because of the extraordinary security proceedings.
And following the historic indictment of former President Trump, locals are reacting and also predicting what they think is going to happen in the case.
Our Juanita Adame joining us in studio now with more on what's being said. Hey, Juanita.
Well, just like in New York, Alexon, in Fresno, we've heard both sides of this issue. Some saying that the charges brought against the former president are bogus. Others saying that there is a strong case against him. We talked to David Roll. He's with the Fresno County Democratic Party, and also had the chance to speak with Councilmember Gary Bredefield and retired District Court Judge Oliver Wanger. They each told us that Trump's indictment of 34 counts of falsifying business records is historic and in some ways dangerous. However, Roll told us sometimes these cases are brought and don't pan out, but at the same time, this is something that should not be played down because the charges are so serious.
I have looked at the indictment, and it's very fact-specific. 34 different occasions on specific dates involving specific documents, and they're talking check numbers and receipt numbers.
Said the allegations against Trump are not about hiding stories that made him look bad. The crime in this case is hiding the payments to Stormy Daniels and 2 others and making those payoffs look like business expenses. Writing checks, creating fake invoices is what Trump has been charged with. Now, coming up tonight, we will hear more from Bredefield and Wanger and how they believe this will affect Trump's run for a second term in 2024. Reporting in the studio, Juanita Adame, KC24, local news that matters.
Juanita, thanks so much. A man had to be airlifted to a hospital after an apparent explosion in a Los Banos home this morning. Officers responding to that home on Dove Street around 10 in the morning for reports of an explosion. They found a 36-year-old man in the front yard suffering from major injuries. That man had to be airlifted to a hospital in Modesto for treatment. The Merced bomb squad was then called out along with several teams to make sure the area was safe to investigate.
So when things like this happen, we have to make sure that we have medical staff here. We have to make sure that we have all the appropriate personnel here just to make sure whoever goes in is safe in the event we find something that could be harmful to our people.
The victim is said to be in stable condition tonight as he does recover. No word yet on the cause of that explosion.
A Fresno man is out $12,000 after the car he purchased from an accredited business was reported stolen. A $58,000 Toyota 4Runner was reportedly stolen in Huntington Beach after the original owner made a deal with the suspect, now identified as Christopher Asher of Fresno County. Asher was arrested and has since posted bail. Fresno County deputies traced the car and seized it from a Fresno man who bought it from Asher. He did not want to be identified, but is frustrated over this whole ordeal.
I did a lot of research. Didn't see any red flags. They had a A+, on the Better Business Bureau. I've always heard of be wary of, the car salesman, but not for this reason.
The business and its signs are still there, and deputies are waiting for the DMV and their investigators to shut the doors on the dealership.
President Biden declaring a major disaster for multiple California counties facing extreme flooding, which now means that the ball is now rolling for many that need help to rebuild.
Our Ben Morris has more on when flood victims will see that much-needed relief.
Flooding has destroyed homes, property, and countless acres of farmland all around. Local Congressman Jim Costa taking the flood devastation personally.
We've got to take a statewide and a valley-wide approach to deal with the losses. We're talking about people's personal property, and then we're talking about a significant amount of farm income. I think it's going to add into the hundreds and millions of dollars.
As of now, the declaration urged by the entire California delegation provides immediate funds to help the state as well as tribal and local governments with ongoing emergencies, recovery costs, and flood mitigation and preparation. Those eligible counties include Tulare, Mariposa, and Kern counties, among 4 others.
We're also going to get individual assistance from this federal declaration, federal funds that are going to be direct assistance to those homeowners who were impacted by this flooding.
Carrie Montero from Tulare County says aid will go to residents, farmers, and businesses, but it won't get there overnight.
Recovery is always a long, lengthy process, but with this presidential declaration, it actually starts the process now. The president has declared it, it's approved, and so people can start applying.
But Kings County is not on the list. That's where devastation is happening as the Tulare Lake Basin slowly refills, flooding hundreds of thousands of acres of farmland, but help may be on the way.
We are moving into the next step of getting that assessment from FEMA and Cal OES to actually go on grounds and be here in Kings County.
Ben Morris, KC24, local news that matters.
New at 6:30, a 4.4 earthquake struck near the coast this afternoon. It hit Hollister around 3:20. It was felt in San Francisco and as far south as Santa Cruz. According to data from the U.S. Geological Survey, the quake was centered nearly 5 miles underground. So far, no reports of any damage or injuries.
In Community Matters today, nearly 200 teens in the Fresno area getting that chance to learn more about success, choices, and opportunities. The Boys and Girls Club of Fresno County hosting the annual Central Valley Teen Conference. The goal is to empower teens with confidence so they feel prepared for the future. Fresno Mayor Jerry Dyer was this year's special guest speaker. He did share a personal story about making the right decisions with the hope to inspire them to reach their full potential.
Had I continued down this one path that I was on and doing the things that I was doing off duty, I would have never made it in law enforcement. As a result of that decision that I made as a person, that I got a second chance in my career. My wife forgave me for the things I was doing. My children forgave me for what I was doing. But it took 10 years for me to be able to forgive myself.
This is the first time since 2019 that the conference was held. The theme, Year of the Teen. Teens empowering everyone now.
Last week, I was in the country of Lebanon to cover the work of local doctors on a medical mission. They provided free care at health clinics in Beirut and other cities. Lebanon's economy and people are struggling. The U.S. ambassador to Lebanon addressed this at a clinic event she attended on Friday.
Lebanon's going through a very difficult time. I don't need to tell you guys that. Some of this, you know, it is possible to address. So we're working on the political and diplomatic side, trying to get the government leaders to come together and make the decisions that need to be made.
And as we look at the damage from that recent earthquake in Syria, I do want to mention that Lebanon is a beautiful country, but there are remnants of violence there and crumbled buildings as well. It was inspiring to see our local doctors doing what they can to help. And I'll be putting together a special report on this trip, which will air in a couple weeks right here on Ksee 24.
And no one will ever forget that emotional exchange that you had with the delegation from Syria as we handed those donations you raised.
Right, the money we raised at the telethon here just a couple weeks ago, we handed it over and it'll go to earthquake victims in Syria. But
36,000.
A lot of money, a lot of medical supplies. It was a pretty amazing day.
Yeah, all right. Still to come here at 6:30, a way to celebrate Easter while giving back to the community this week.
We're going to look at the alternative spring break going on in the Valley this week. Coming up.
Well, your weather headlines for tonight, we're going to expect a lot of sunshine for tomorrow, and with less wind, that should give us warmer temperatures, and we're going to be on that trend. It'll put us into the lower 80s by next week at the very latest. Your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy will be in the medium range or high range right on through Saturday. Oak, juniper, and poplar, the predominant pollens. I'll have your complete forecast as Ksee 24 News continues.
This is Ksee 24 News at 6:30 with Alexon Balakian, Stephanie Barugian, and the certified most accurate forecast with AMS certified Chief Meteorologist AJ Fox. Your local weather authority, Ksee 24, local news that matters.
Education matters at Ksee 24, and we're dedicated to bringing you inspirational stories of students finding new ways to strive for success. Watch these Education Matters stories now at yourcentralvalley.com. Just click Education.
Start your day with Ksee 24 to get all the local news that matters on Ksee Sunrise.
Fall allergy season has started with grass and weed pollen and high mold levels. Boz Allergy knows coughing, wheezing, and headaches due to allergies and asthma can mimic flu symptoms. Get proper diagnosis and treatment. Stay safe and stay healthy. Contact Boz Allergy today and breathe easier.
After 100 years, everything old is new at A&W. Enjoy a frosty mug of our signature A&W root beer. Our famous Papa Burgers are made with 100% USDA quality beef. And now every day is Fish Friday. Choose from a 16-piece shrimp basket, a 3-piece cod basket, or our 2 cod sliders basket, all served with fries and coleslaw. In Visalia, Tulare, Tynuba, and Exeter.
Come as you are to A&W.
The biggest call we get is broken springs. We see them every day and we take care of them every day.
At Precision, we know tomorrow is too late. If you need us, we're here for you.
No, I'm not an actor.
I'd be a terrible actor.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Join Sequoia Symphony Orchestra's Festival of American Icons, showcasing the music of Copland, Gershwin, Higdon, and Bernstein. Enjoy April's world-class performances by Sequoia Symphony Orchestra at the Visalia Fox Theater.
A tradition of style and savings, Fresno's Suit Outlet is your go-to for the 3-suit deal. 3 suits, 3 shirts, 3 ties, 3 belts, 3 pairs of socks, and 3 hankies, all starting at $3.99. Fresno's Suit Outlet has your suit from sizes 34 to 74. Our fashion consultants specialize in coordinating the right look for any occasion.
Here at Fresno Suit Outlet, we got the big guys covered and the bigger ones too.
Seriously? Fresno Suit Outlet, Blackstone, just north of Shaw.
Fall allergy season has started with grass and weed pollen and high mold levels. Spas Allergy knows coughing, wheezing, and headaches due to allergies and asthma can mimic flu symptoms. Get proper diagnosis and treatment. Stay safe and stay healthy. Contact Spas Allergy today and breathe easier.
Ksee 24 News is brought to you in part by HR Mobile Services. Now, AMS certified Chief Meteorologist AJ Fox with your local weather authority forecast.
All right, let's talk about our temperature. And our afternoon high with all the sunshine allowed us to get a little bit warmer. We got up to 60. It's still way below average, but I want you to notice our morning low temperature was also way below average, 38. That's more than 10 degrees below average, but look at the record, 33. We were 5 degrees away from the record low temperature. We're still going to have to deal with flooding basically till further notice, especially along rivers and flood-prone areas. So the flood warning continues to the Merced River at Stevenson. A flood advisory remains for the San Joaquin River and the Kings River as well. And we have a lot of snow. Remember, we reported just yesterday that there's an amazing amount of snow, and a lot of that's going to start melting and going into these rivers, and that's going to continue. Valley Cam powered by Eagle Mountain Casino. This is time-lapse photography showing some of those thin clouds, but otherwise mostly clear skies throughout the day. And we did have a bit of a breeze, but not as bad as yesterday, and that allowed our temperatures to come up a little bit. If we also take a look at one of our live Valley Cams at Sunmade at Palm and Herndon, you can see that layer of clouds is still there over the mountain areas, but otherwise clear blue skies now as the sun's getting low in the horizon. 13-mile-per-hour winds in Visalia and Hanford, 12 in Porterville, still 17-mile-per-hour winds in Fresno. At the latest reading, 58 is where our temperature is. We did get into the 60s, 58 in Hanford and Lemoore and Merced, 59 in Visalia. Our live radar, relatively clear, just a couple of isolated dots of either snow showers at the highest elevations or maybe a sprinkle here and there, and that's it. Our satellite showing in the last few hours some of those clouds had developed, and a few clouds that were over the coastal mountain range as well, but otherwise very clear for the valley. We're going to see that again tomorrow. Maybe a little bit of cloudiness over the mountains, but much of the valley stays pretty clear. A new wave comes in, and that'll start pushing a few clouds our way late in the day, but for the most part, a lot of sunshine and a little less wind is going to go a long way to warming up our temperatures during the daytime. In the overnight hours, kind of chilly still. 34 in Visalia, 35 in Hanford and Selma, Dunlap 31, just at freezing in Auberry, 35 in Madera, Firebaugh 37, same in Los Banos, Merced 36 degrees. Expect a high of 64 there for tomorrow, 63 in Chowchilla and Madera. Oakhurst and Auberry 55, 65 in 5 Points. Coalinga 63, Lemoore 65, Visalia and Tulare 64, same in Porterville and Delano 65 degrees. Your solar forecast brought to you by Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Good high numbers, but diminishing. A little increase in clouds coming in Thursday and Friday. But tonight it'll be clear. 39 will be the overnight low. Northwest wind at 10 miles per hour. Same kind of wind tomorrow. So a few fair weather clouds are not going to stop us from getting warmer. 65 degrees will be the high temperature. And although we'll see an increase in clouds, the temperatures continue up every day. 71 on Thursday, Friday 72. We get warmer still on Saturday and Easter Sunday. There it is, 80 degrees. Then temperatures will stay at 80 on Monday and then dropping back to the 70s on Tuesday because of a bit of a breeze. That'll cool us off some. Your regional forecasts are available on our website at yourcentralvalley.com. So please go check it out there. You know, Stephanie wasn't here yesterday to hear this. The last time that we had temperatures of 80 degrees or more was October 21st of last year. And that day was a 90 for a high temperature, but we haven't seen any 80s since then.
It has been freezing cold ever since that day.
Well, we actually haven't had any frost, right? Yeah. With just one or two events where we've had a couple of cold mornings, but the rain has kept our afternoon high temperatures way down, but also kept us from having any real frost issues too.
We had so much wind too.
Yeah, AJ and I were still wearing shorts during that whole time.
I know. To me, it was freezing.
AJ, thank you. Still to come here at 6:30, a South Valley student is recognized for his kindness and good character.
Why he says his family is his inspiration for having such a great attitude when we come back.
KC24 asked you to nominate remarkable women in our community. We recognize the incredible accomplishments and extraordinary efforts of our 4 finalists.
I think everyone has the opportunity to be remarkable.
We congratulate our 2023 recipient, Adrienne Hellman, as she attends the national celebration in Los Angeles.
I'm absolutely elated that I won. It makes me actually more passionate about my work and makes me want to do more.
Thank you, Main Street Hanford and BD&J Injury Lawyers, and all of our remarkable women. KC24 News is brought to you in part by HR Mobile Services.
Anytime you have a huge insecurity, it affects your personality. It affects how you interact with people. You know, just all that brokenness that you carry when you have a deep insecurity. Being free from that has definitely allowed me to be more open.
No matter what's happening outside with the Lennox Ultimate Comfort System, it's always perfect inside. Not just perfect air, perfectly tuned to your home air. And operates whisper quiet.
The Lennox Ultimate Comfort System. Perfect air, fully realized. Don't you wish everything was perfect? Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Call Donald P. Dick Air Conditioning today.
Don't let the insurance company push you around. Get a law firm that can push them around. The team at Jacoby & Myers has gotten our clients up to 10 times the insurance company's original offer. Don't settle for less. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
You're invited to the Visalia Chamber of Commerce Impact Leadership Conference, April 20th. Learn about quality leadership and workforce training for Valley business owners and employees. Nationally recognized speakers will focus on workplace skills, personal growth, and community activism. Local experts will talk about leadership trends and offer networking with entrepreneurs. Central Valley employers will be on hand for career advancement opportunities. Don't miss the Visalia Chamber of Commerce Impact Leadership Conference. Call or go online today for information.
We are Grocery Outlet and we are your Bargain Bliss Market. What's Bargain Bliss? You know that feeling you get when you find the name brands you know and love, but for way, way less? That's Bargain Bliss. It's Grocery Outlet's 20% off wine sale going on now till April 11th. We have hundreds of wines sure to pair with any gathering. So act now, because these deals won't last long. Stop in and save today.
Grocery Outlet, Bargain Market.
When I came to my first appointment, felt right at home. You guys didn't judge me. You guys didn't do anything to make me feel uncomfortable. I felt at home, and I still do, and I don't regret picking up that phone.
Jennifer Garner talks her new TV project with pal Reese Witherspoon.
I couldn't jump at it fast enough, honestly.
Next, DT.
Entertainment Tonight, weeknights at 7:30 on KC24.
Well, today we get our chance to meet a South Valley student who cares for others and demonstrates great character.
And he's leaving his mark as he heads to high school. The 8th grade year is bittersweet for these 3 buddies at Liberty Elementary School in Tulare. They move on to high school next year, a new campus with new classmates. But for now, Joshua Villarreal and his friends Marcel and Cristiano are enjoying the last few months at Liberty while they can. Joshua has made a great impression on his friends and at his school in general. He's being recognized for his good character, which includes kindness and caring.
I've talked to all the teachers that he's had through the years, and everyone has said the same thing. They are very proud of him and know that he is the most caring person around.
And Joshua's friends agree.
I love talking to him. I spend most of my time, during break talking to him. He's just a wonderful and kind person. I'm glad to have him as my friend.
Joshua says he learned to have good character from the people he cares about the most.
I have a very nice family, and they're always supporting, and I just love them, and they love me.
So next school year, Joshua will move on to high school, no doubt continuing his caring ways as he makes more new friends. But he definitely will have left his mark at Liberty Elementary.
I love Joshua. I love having him as a student. I'm sure I'm going to miss him after this year, but good things are going to follow him wherever he goes.
Great kid.
Mm-hmm.
And still ahead at 6:30, a week-long event looks to give back to the community.
How one Valley organization is helping kids ahead of this Easter holiday when we come back.
day of history. Trump's indictment revealed. The porn star, the fixer, the Playboy model connection. Will the charges stick? Next, Inside Edition.
Inside Edition, tonight at 7 on Ksee 24.
1,000 positions hiring. Endless opportunity. Benefit from world-class training. A 6-figure starting salary. And make a positive difference in your community. Apply now, scan the code, or visit jointhechp1000.com.
We've seen a wet winter season this year. Along with green grass and spring flowers, allergies may start earlier, and COVID, flu, and other viruses are still very active. Boz Allergy knows coughing, wheezing, and headaches due to allergies and asthma can mimic virus symptoms. Take away the guesswork and get proper diagnosis and early treatment from our Valley locations before allergy symptoms arrive. Stay safe and stay healthy. Contact Boz Allergy today and breathe easier.
You didn't choose cat allergies, your hairline, or that thing when your knee just gives out for no reason. But you can choose your doctor who will care for all the things you didn't choose. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
There's that car again.
Again?
I wonder if we have a neighborhood watch.
Here it is, makefresnosafer.org. Check this out.
Visit makefresnosafer.org to find resources to help you build relationships with your neighbors so you can stay connected. Neighborhood Watch works to educate, empower, and engage Fresno residents to work together. Because a connected neighborhood is a safer neighborhood, and this entire community is our neighborhood.
After 100 years, everything old is new at A&W. Enjoy a frosty mug of our signature A&W root beer. Our famous Papa Burgers are made with 100% USDA quality beef. And now every day is Fish Friday. Choose from a 16-piece shrimp basket, a 3-piece cod basket, or our 2 cod sliders basket, all served with fries and coleslaw in Visalia, Tulare, Tynuba, and Exeter.
Mike Osborne with OsborneHomes.com, and I want to buy your house. I'll make you an as-is cash offer on your house within 24 hours. Whether it's a total fixer-upper or in perfect condition, OsborneHomes.com is the easiest way to sell your house. When you sell your house to OsborneHomes.com, there's no fees, no commissions, no banks, and no repairs. Just go to OsborneHomes.com for a free, no obligation cash offer 24 hours a day. That's OsborneHomes.com.
The latest conditions live. The Ksee 24 Valley Cam Network.
Hands On Central California is hosting an alternative spring break service this week. The goal is to create opportunities for Fresno youth and community members to give back during the holiday week. Today they were putting together some Easter baskets for children who live on Fresno's Motel Drive.
We're making kind of Easter bags, and we're putting like goodies in them and stuff, and candy, and just to give them out to the kids.
And the baskets also included other things like personalized notes with good wishes for the season.
Always to have a good Easter egg hunt, and we're going to see good weather, too.
Oh, yeah. Temperatures are going to be warming every day right on in through the holiday. And then we're going to halt and not get too hot too fast.
Good. Bye-bye.
See you.
Sonic.
Every school day, thousands of children in Fresno County leave their homes to walk to neighborhood schools. Loving families send them off ready to learn and succeed. As you are driving near schools during your morning or afternoon commutes, caution and consideration could literally be the difference between life and death for a child. There's no destination more urgent more important than making sure our children are safe.
Let's be street smart.
If you've been seriously injured in a car accident, the insurance company may try to trick you into taking a lowball offer. Don't fall for it. At Jacoby & Myers, we've been helping California accident victims for over 50 years. We've gotten clients 10, 20, even 100 times more than the insurance company's original offer. That's the difference experience makes. If you've been injured, don't miss out on the money you deserve. Choose Jacoby & Myers. Justice for you since 1972.
Martial arts is my passion.
I work out whenever I can.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it can be tough.
Now I'm staying ahead of it.
Dupixent helps heal your skin from within, so you can have clearer skin and noticeably less itch. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
Sonic has treats under $2 and under $3 because cravings come in different sizes, just like pants. Except you don't eat pants. Sonic under $2 and $3 craves.
Sonic.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know.
For thinning hair and hair loss, discover hair regeneration at Madge Medical Clinic, the Valley's most experienced regenerative medical clinic. Call us today for an appointment.
For more expert advice,